This episode of Sleep It Off is brought to you by our Patreon. Everything we do here on the Pokemon Professor Network is powered by our community. You can join our community of supporters on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. We offer a range of support tiers and various benefits. All patrons will gain access to our Patreon-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. Good morning, Pokemon Sleep researchers, and welcome to episode 19 of Sleep It Off. Sleep It Off is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, Justin, and I'm joined by Luis. What's up?
Hola.
B. Gates.
What up?
Hello, Shin.
If I'm actually a little bit woozy right now, it's because I'm trying to survive a cold for the last 3 days.
Yeah, man, I noticed you had been quiet the past few days, and I wasn't hearing as much from you. I was like, man, usually he's like gotta show off some sick shiny that he got, or something about Pokemon Go, or he's just kicking my butt in Pocket, one of those things.
I mean, what are you in Pocket right now?
I'm not playing the ranked. I'm not playing the ranked.
Yeah, I'm Ultra 4 right now. I'm gonna hit Masters before the end of the week.
Oh, Mr. Fancy over here.
I gotta at least get something out of Masters out of me. But yeah,
it's been a couple weeks. What have you been up to?
Well, aside from trying to survive a cold for the last 3 days, I mean, obviously, please don't get sick because it just sucks.
But it's warm in Florida. How can you get cold?
I'm not sure. It's been kind of cool in the last few days. I'm surprised about that too. So yeah. It's just been a whirl of emotions in the last few days for sure. But no, aside from that, I've been okay. The week for me has been decent when it comes down to Pokemon Sleep. I've just been doing a lot of other stuff too. I mean, just like I mentioned, I am trying to rank up in Pokemon Pocket. So it's gaming wise, it's been superb, and to say the least. Anything else, keeping alive. So, but yeah, it's been okay. It's been all right.
Yeah, this past weekend I finally wasn't traveling for once.
For once? I'm sorry, what?
The previous 2 weekends I was out of town. One weekend I was in Boston. The other weekend we went camping.
Jeez.
And so one of the nights when we were camping, my Apple Watch died, so I couldn't track the sleep. But I was like, no.
You got to do it the old-fashioned way.
And I was too comfy in my sleeping bag to dig out the charger in the trunk of the car. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Goodness.
The next day we charged it, and I actually got one of my highest sleep scores in a while. I actually got 100%. Whereas now, when I'm laying in my bed, I get like 80.
Yeah, I mean, you got the true experience of a Pokemon sleeper, while everybody else just, plays it as it goes. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. I wish I can do so much in 1-2 weekends, but I got nothing else to do aside from just gaming. So
it's funny. I shot a bunch of content for that for my Special Conditions podcast. So eventually I'm going to edit those down into videos. I have a lot of grand ideas. I don't always fall through with them.
I mean,
eventually.
Small little details here and there is always nice, so it works out. But we got, stuff to talk about. More not to the news or anything, more to how our weeks has been, what have we caught, what have we seen, and the expectations for the end of this second week.
We're here for good vibes.
It's been kind of dark for the last one, so yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so hard stop on something that I want to mention is that the developers has killed it in this event because the vibe of the game is insane right now.
It's incredible.
It is. Like, I was not expecting something like this when I opened the game the first day, and I was like, whoa. It's like,
I wasn't expecting it to be, I don't know why I wasn't expecting it to be dark. It's Darkrai.
Right? And we're going against it for that
reason.
And
we're trying to push back the darkness. I don't know why I wasn't expecting it to be dark, but I love that vibe because, we all love the apps right now. We're like, yes, dark mode. It's like dark mode, but for the game.
Yeah, no, definitely the developers have actually done an amazing job to actually bring the vibe of the event into the Pokemon Sleep that it was phenomenal. It is still phenomenal until now, because little by little you are seeing more and more of what can happen if you keep on playing the game until the end of it. So it's progressing, but
And
working on.
every legendary event has gotten progressively better. This is our
Yes.
fourth one.
Hmm.
I'm not counting anniversary events or anything, specifically legendary events, and they've just gotten better each time. First it was only the one island, and then it was maybe one or two islands, and then you could like pick a couple, and now you can do like any island.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we've come a
it's
long
really
way.
good. Yeah, and I kind of wish it would have been a little more like into it, like maybe put a couple extra psychic Pokemons in other islands so you can see the aesthetic of the game in those islands. But either
Yeah.
you go to Lapis or OGPP or even Green Grass Isle, you can't really see it unless you're actually specifically targeting something in that event. So it would have been nice to see somebody in Snowdrop and see how the aesthetic in that game is during that time, so.
If I had one tiny gripe, I feel like the shiny rate is not there.
I mean, I got one. So it's
You
like,
got one? I haven't seen a single one
yeah.
during Psychic Week building up to this, or the first week of the Legendary event. Now here we are almost halfway through the second week of the Legendary event. I haven't seen one.
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping for a little bit more, I guess, but it's not like they said that you're going to meet more shiny Pokemons in that sense. They're just said it's like, oh, we're just gonna meet Pokemons. So that's
Yeah.
not too bad.
I'm gonna double check here, but I'm pretty sure I haven't gotten one since before Psychic Week.
All right, all right.
Wait, what shiny did you get?
I got a shiny Chikorita.
Oh, that's
like-
right. Of course, a non-psychic.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, give me something else. But
Come on, a
surprisingly,
Ralts, anything.
or surprisingly, and let me actually do this real quick. It's been a minute. I'm actually set it up right now.
Yeah, I haven't gotten anything since my back-to-back Ghost Shinies at the beginning of March 12th and March 9th.
Okay, so that doesn't work. Okay, perfect.
I've gotten some good spawns, though. I've gotten some good catches.
Yeah. So this is the Chikorita that I got.
Ooh, is it any good?
Well, let's see.
Wait,
Look
that's a
at that.
triple berry? You started off with berry finding S? Bro. I don't even need to see the other skills. It's good.
I mean, it doesn't have a nature down skill or anything like that.
Neutral skill. We're good. We're golden.
Perfect. Yeah, it's already a high 90s right there.
Yeah.
It's like,
So the question is, why haven't you dumped candy into this?
is there a reason to right now?
It's shiny and it's good. The answer is yes.
I guess I'm also in OGPP. I mean,
Are you in OGPP this week?
Oh no, actually no.
You're in Lapis Lakeside, right?
Yeah,
but it's random berries. So I just happened to get also grass berries at Lapis Lakeside. What did you get?
Was it a randomness?
It was random, right? Yeah, because I also have Oran berry. That's the blue one, right?
Oh, I didn't notice that. Actually, I didn't even know that was a thing in week 1.
Wow, you really were sick.
Yeah, I was out of it for week 1. I don't know what.
Yeah, no, like for these events, because you and I are so cooking focused,
Yeah.
we don't really care. Now, it worked out for me last week because I had the Greppa berry, and Little Pika gets you Greppa berries, and then I was running my Ampharos to also get Greppa berries plus the skill.
Maybe that's why I didn't actually reach high enough power at that point, because I wasn't really focused on the berries. I mean, yes, I was using, Gardevoir and some Psychic, so I was technically getting berries on N. I was using my Espeon, which was triggering so much. It was crazy. But yeah, I don't think I can see what berries I had anymore. I don't think I remember aside from the one set. Since I was focusing more on trying to just go ahead and get that Cresselia that you see there. So,
And so, all right, let's get into it.
Yeah.
How many Cresselias have you seen, and how many have you caught?
I have seen a total of 2.
And you caught both.
And I caught both.
You didn't
I did
use any
use
other incense?
No, aside from just like the regular ones that you see, like the Mona and all the stuff, maybe
Mm.
entertaining instances here and there. But of course, the first one that you get is the one that everybody gets. You know,
Which is not bad, not great.
right? You should be able to once to get to level 100, which will be forever until we get there, to really invest into it and actually have some decent ability out of
Yeah,
it.
don't do it.
Yeah,
I don't
but
think, for the life of this game, I don't know that I'm ever taking a Pokemon to level 100.
I
I
wouldn't do
just,
it just for the heck of it.
I, I can't see a need for it just because it's so darn expensive just to even get things to level 60. I can't imagine, and it goes up exponentially.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. It's gonna take a while, but I feel like just for the aspect of the game and how well I know this game now, I feel like I'm just gonna get to
oh,
that
your
point.
Cresselia is sad. What happened to his energy?
Surprisingly, I think I was supposed to trigger more this week, and it hasn't, or at least hasn't today, because every other day has
Mm,
actually triggered. Every time I click on it, it's just like trigger, 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 trigger,
mm.
trigger. Excuse me. But yeah, the second one that I got pretty much
Oh,
sealed the deal for me.
skill
So
level up M. That's always great. Skill trigger M. Bomb diggity.
now, Skill Trigger M was actually S when I got it, but I did invest my sub skill in
Yeah.
it.
And the
Worth it.
speed of help up nature. The EXP down is a bummer because
Yeah.
it's a legendary.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be hard in the long haul, but it is a skill based Pokemon, so levels aren't super important.
It did take me a bit to get it to level 30, and the only reason why is because it has the cacaos.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm trying to remember. So you know how, because this is a similar concept to like Braviary and Mimikyu.
mhm.
When it does the berry gathering, are the berries at the level of the other Pokemon it gathered from, or are they at the level of in this case, Cresselia?
I think it's Cresselia's main skill ability for that.
Well, see, you don't mean the main skill ability. You mean its overall level.
Mm, I think it's mostly the skill, though. I think the level of the skill
Well,
is
so
what
you know
this
what?
gives
Do you
you.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as your Pokemon increases level, the strength of the berry gets higher.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's a good question, actually. And I may have to try it out and see once
So
it's
that's
triggers.
why I've been hesitant about running Cresselia since I don't have a ton of candies to dump into it to get the level higher. I was just like, I have other stuff I'd rather use.
Right. No, I get it. I know what you meant, and I will have to test it out because I usually just collect everything and just let everything run in the background. But I will click on Cresselia next time I see a trigger, see how many in just from the skill itself. I want to see how many
Hmm.
um basically strength
How
it
many
gets from its
berries, and then
berries.
approximately what strength that is.
Yeah, yeah. I'll look into it once I actually
Mm-hmm.
trigger again.
Because
I was
it's
hoping it was trigger again, but
yeah,
it's like
yeah. It's not
trigger.
come on.
And again, surprisingly, it's not triggering today for that reason, but every other day it has triggered at least
Hmm.
once every time I touch it.
So is that the only psychic Pokemon you're running?
Currently, yes, but now that I know that
What
I'm
about you? What
using,
about normally?
I would have used, of course, my Gardevoir for the berries since it's at level 60, and that would have
Yeah.
actually given me the boost in berries. Plus, the energy for everybody just helps out a
Hmm.
lot. Espeon definitely is level 50 right now, so I would have been fine just running that every single
Oh,
time.
your
It's
Espeon is 50?
yeah,
Nice. My
and
Espeon gets skill trigger aim at 50, but I don't have the candy for it. So I'm like,
yeah, it's because you also invested in your other Pokemon's
yeah, well,
eating
my
emissions.
Flareon is at 60, and then
Yeah,
my Glaceon is at 45.
yeah. So it's I think Espeon triggers were giving me per trigger, and again double triggers every now and then, over 7,500 strength alone. So it was pretty good,
Nice.
and it was running it for the first week for that reason,
Hmm.
uh, just because of how well it went. But again, I'm such an ingredient focused player that it's so hard to be like, oh, I'm not making a meal that's gonna help me here. It's just I'm just relying on everything else.
I know. Oh, it's really hard for me to just play it casual on meals.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about real quick about how the global drowsy power is working out for you and things like that?
Yeah, let's see. You're showing yours right now. You are at what, 10?
I am at 10 currently, yes. I have gained history-wise. And not bad, actually, now that I think about it. But I'm always falling behind on the global one.
Let's see.
It happened on Monday. Oh, I guess because I didn't sleep that much.
Yeah, I am at rank 11. And then, okay, does yours show the same where it says like 3.3 million,
3.2 for me.
3.213? Oh, mine's
Yeah.
3.328.
So you got a little bit more responsive because you did go a little bit harder than me on week 1 than week 2. So,
And how did week 1 go for you?
I mean, I reached Master 7 at the end of the week. Not
Or for Lapis?
for Lapis, yeah. And
Yeah.
that's because I didn't really went into with a plan, and I didn't restructure the plan correctly. By
Did
the
you use
time
a
I
good camp
realized,
ticket?
no, that's the reason why too.
Ah, that definitely would have made it tougher.
Which it would have been fine to use one, but I don't know why I just completely spaced out and actually just made a meal. And I was like, well, I mean, if I do a ticket now, it's not gonna really help me at the beginning. So I was like, let me ride this week the way that it is, see how well everybody's doing, and then just power through to week 2, which it is going to be the biggest week in the game, combining both the event, the global drowsy power, and good sleep event before the end of the week. So I think my assumptions were right, and I am making do with just enough ingredients to make the strongest dish in desserts. It was my goal to hit desserts for week 2, and I got it on the first try, and I was like, okay, I'm not needing to use a pass or anything. So
I
I
did
was
not
like,
get desserts for either one. I
yeah.
am doing curry this week, and I did salad last week. Actually, salad was my better one.
Yeah.
I didn't realize because what's it called? Hidden Power Perk Up Stew only gets me about 95,000, or actually, I've leveled up enough now. I'm at like 99,000, but
Nice.
the coffee drenched salad gets me like 107,000 each time.
All right. I see you. So everybody has their own like strong dishes when it comes down to things.
And what Pokemon have you been relying on? For your dishes and stuff. Just
Well,
curious.
week 1, I was just relying on making the Jigglypuff Funny flan. So I was running my Venusaurs, my egg gatherers. I don't even remember at this point what it was, but I just running that. Or if I didn't have enough ingredients, I just do a lovely smoothie at that point. Now this week too, of course, I am relying a lot on make sure that I have ingredients for each one of the meals to do an eclair eclair. So
Are you running the good camp ticket this week?
yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was about to like strangle you through the screen. Like force choke.
So I'm relying on my Blastoise, of course, for the cacao. I
Yeah.
had to switch over to a Clocksire for a little more cacao, but unfortunately I don't really have a good one at level 30 for that. However, my
Oh,
Cresselia,
are you struggle that much with cacao?
yeah, I've been struggling a lot, even though my Blastoise usually gives me a lot of more of that. But Cresselia does get cacaos at level 30 and plus. So I was like, let me see this good Cresselia that I have. Now I have overabundance of cacaos because of it.
Nice. No, mine. Unfortunately, mine Cresselia is mono ginger, and so it just hasn't been helpful. I haven't needed ginger for anything.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. I mean, you have to be really lucky to get what you want. So luckily I did, and it's been helping out. I switched over a few of my coffee beans between my Charcadet and my Bicobolt. Even though Bicobolt usually can get me more than enough per meal, it's been a little struggle to get it to that point. So I kind of power up another one, so I was able to use that. At one point, though, I had well over 700 dream shards. 700,000 dream shards.
Oh my god! I've been spending. I'm a spender, same way in Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
And so I've just been slowly like powering things up. I'm trying to get things closer to like the next threshold, whether it's level 50 for a sub skill or level 60 for third ingredient tier. So no, last week went well for me. I got super lucky on extra tasties.
Oh, no. Last week
So
I was like that on those.
I got some. I just got pure luck. No, like no extra tasty chance S. But because it was salad week and I needed a bunch of oil, I was running my Cramorant. So my Cramorant would perk a couple times,
Yeah.
and so I'd have a 5 or a 10% chance for extra tasty. And so I think I got 5 extra tasties last week, and none of them were on Sunday. I got 0 on Sunday. They're all during the week.
Funny enough though, I did not get any throughout the week. Sunday, I got all 3 extra tasties. I was like, what? Why? It's like,
yeah. And then I used 3 helper whistles throughout the week when I was like running behind on trying to do my Defiant coffee dress salad, because with it you need 28 coffees, 28 bean sausage, 22 oil, 22 potato. I'm this close to getting my victory bell to level 60, and then we'll be swimming in potatoes. I was having a potato problem. I was having an oil problem, having to run double oils at a time with Cramorant and what's it called? Toxicroak. Bean sausage and coffee. I would alternate between 3 Pokemon: Aggron, who does both,
right?
And then Charizard and Vikavolt. So just kind of depending on what I needed and how long the those were going to take.
Yeah. I'm just making sure that I focus at least this week to make sure that I have enough ingredients for the Classic Eclair almost every meal if possible. And even if I wait a little bit longer before lunch, I usually have enough. I did struggle at the beginning, and I use, I think, every single one of my ingredient tickets just to get enough for each one of them. And, the rest was history at that point. So I just been constantly getting there.
And doing this, I was like swimming in ingredients in the first week. Now the second week, I'm not. I'm like behind.
Yeah, all the time now.
But it makes me wish I got to just dig through my box, find an Eevee, and make it a Vaporeon, and then just invest all the main skills seeds into it. Just because I'm constantly, on a big week like this, I'm constantly low in ingredients. Or I'm having to play the game of like, oh, let's use extra of this or extra of this. Because the ingredient magnet just sometimes does well for you and gets you those last few ingredients that you need. Yep, and I would rather just throw away extras and get the ones that I need than, something else.
You're not really throwing away extras. You're just converting into the dream shards.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get you. That's basically what I'm doing this week. And hopefully it will pan out correctly. Maybe just to get to Darkrai. Which we still have to talk about that too, So
let's take a break real quick. We'll come back. We'll talk about Darkrai. We'll talk about the good sleep day that's coming up at the end of this week, and some DreamDex Detective. Sound good?
Good night.
Wait, no, come back after break. Right, welcome back. I want to take a moment to recognize some of our patrons. A huge thank you to our gym leaders: Ben, DJ Wonderbread, Espion Willow, GK, Holiday Counselor, Joseph, Kimberly, Maddie G, Noggin Dude, and Sushi Slayer. Special thanks to the executive producers on the network: Monkey Bread, Kate the Cons, Lazo Boss, and Trainer Mystic. If you're interested in becoming an executive producer for our show or another show on the network, let us know. We will work with you. Tiers as low as $1 a month, you can support a collective of hardworking part-time creators that have a passion for Pokemon and podcasting here at the Pokemon Professor Network. Because if you didn't know, we don't make any money on this. It just costs us money. Hosting fees, software, all that crap. We do it for fun. We do it because we enjoy doing it. It's a creative outlet, and it's what we do for fun during the week.
So, you have fun?
Yeah. The best part is the recording part. The sucky part is the editing and the planning afterwards.
I mean, if somebody wants to be a producer and just pay for that, so that's fine with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, thank you so much for everybody out there. All right, so we have recapped most of anything. Where our final thoughts basically would be what to expect at the end. Well, I'm hoping that the Darkrai is okay. I mean, I have seen some interesting whalers out there.
I'm just interested to see if so far Cresselia has been the only legendary I've even like considered using, if only because it's got like the twofold skill. But again, it's another hard one to use. So, excuse me. I I don't know. The legendaries are so expensive and they're just not game breaking enough for me to warrant using them.
Cresselia, it's up there. I mean, it's if you were going by tiers, it's definitely the best out of all the other legendaries that we had so far. Not because of the helping of it, more like it does help your team, regardless of how much you look at it. But you do have to be in a good island for it. I mean, if you want to run it in any other island, you might as well just use a regular healer and you'll be fine, you know? So. But and aside from that, of course, you know, we do have Darkrai, which will be coming pretty soon by the time you hear the next podcast. We have already some information. What have you found, Justin?
So, there's a couple things. We do know what the skill is. And we also know, let's see. Let me pull it up here. Okay, so someone in English finally has caught in Darkrai.
Ooh.
It knows the main skill, Bad Dreams, aka Charge Strength M, at level 1. And this one is a little bit different. So it increases Snorlax strength by 2640, but at the same time reduces the energy of helper Pokemon on your team that aren't Dark type by 12. Yeah, that's weird, right? Right?
Yeah, I'm very more interested in is like, where are the sub skills?
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that. Or if it's just and its frequency is not that great at 45 minutes, but you know, it's only level 26, this one.
Right.
And interestingly enough, you can't see it in this picture, but it is both a berry and an ingredient type, where it gets 2 dark type berries into, what is that? Apple? I don't know. Of course, I picked one where it's all blocked.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe it's ginger. I can't remember. But the point is, it does all 3 things pretty well.
Yeah.
So the weird part is, I'm curious about this Bad Dreams. Like, if I have a good Gardevoir, does it just cancel it out? It's not really that big of a deal.
I mean, think about it this way. If let's say you trigger a Gardevoir a max skill of 18 points for everybody, he just counters that per, you know, energy string at that point. Now the question also is it set only at 12, or when you power up the main skill, is it gonna go up too? Like maybe at max skill.
Oh, I didn't consider that.
Instead of doing 12, it might do like 24 or something. I'm like, okay, at this point, I don't think I can run it anymore.
Yeah, I'll take it to level 7. It's now reduces by 96.
Oh my god, it's like, oh, your entire team is already dead. I'm like, what the? Okay, random thought. And I don't know if this could be a possible thing. Just be able to run your normal team throughout the day. Before you go to sleep, or before, let's say, after your dinner, you know, dinner dish and everything, put Darkrai in the team and be like, okay, let me make sure that this triggers at the end of the night. And then after that, switch it out and then just let your entire team just go by it. Of course, you don't have the energy throughout the night, but by the time you wake up, you're going to have energy again. So maybe just for that reason, but I don't foresee using it just because of that alone, it's just a thought. I mean, something that you can plan it out, but you're just be basically trading
if
in.
we're being honest, in situations like this, I'm not an early adopter. I will wait to see if other people can make it work well for them, and if they can, I'll copy them.
Yeah, I get you.
Because it just feels like it's going to be an expensive Pokemon no matter what.
It is a very first mythical Pokemon. So
yeah, and it could be our only one. I don't know if we're gonna get a lot of mythicals. I mean, Mew will probably come at some point, but
yeah, I kind of wish at this point I'm probably gonna call it Jirachi's gonna come at some point. So it is the wish Pokemon.
Luis was right last time, so write it down. Jirachi happening.
Okay, cool. All right, well, we'll definitely have more information once we are able to play around with Darkrai a little bit more. Maybe because it is, it's still obscure in sub-skills and everything that we don't know how it's going to portray. So hopefully by the time you hear another podcast, or maybe 2 podcasts from now, we'll actually see how Darkrai's usefulness will be at the end of that. So, all right, let's trigger.
All right, and then here, luckily, Joe Merrick shared this tweet because I otherwise wouldn't have seen it because I'm not reading much of the Japanese tweets. But we have this, and tell me if you can hear the volume.
Yep. Very high, actually.
So, Luis, do you recognize this music?
Oh, yeah. 100%. Also, that is a whaler if I haven't ever seen that.
Yo, like, what is this? What is happening?
I think they're getting, like, candies every time. Oh, my God.
But maybe, we can't read this, but maybe it's something to do with, actually capturing Darkrai.
Yeah. But this is basically the capture of it, so.
I really just wanted to play it for the music and how cool it is. You get a bunch of rewards. We can't read any of this.
Did you see how many candies you have?
Yeah.
It was both 55 candies for Cresselia and 55 candies for... That's a lot.
Oh, and they did it on a nap session, too.
Double session, I guess. That's crazy. So they clear all the missions. But yeah.
I mean, that was great.
Yeah. But yeah, the music was actually something that they portrayed from the Pokemon movie. I remember actually hearing this. I never really paid attention too much until just recently, actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, it is actually part of the arrangement of the Darkrai movie, which is actually pretty cool. And again, another kudos to the creators to actually put something into it.
I've been digging the music. I don't know about other people out there. I play with the music on. Now, I play with the music on if I have like my headphones in, or if I'm in bed in the morning and my wife is already awake. But otherwise, I'm like not. There's been times at work where I open the game and it goes do 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 do. I'm like, oh, shh, quiet.
Do you play with your Pikachu on everything too? It's like on your Go Plus.
Oh no, I don't.
Okay.
But I switched to the watch, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I have it. At least when it comes down to the Pikachu, I just turn it off because I don't want to hear like Pikachu every morning. Yeah. So, but then after that, I'm just like I do listen to the music and everything when I'm playing the game in the mornings. So I usually have to keep it silent because of work whenever I have to turn it on, but I just don't turn it on until I get back home, anyways. So
yeah.
Anyways. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes down to it.
That was Darkrai. And then also, don't forget, this weekend, we have Good Sleep Day.
Yes. Sorry, I'm still dying over here, but you know. Good Sleep Day. Beautiful
Coming up. All right, you guys know the drill now. Good Sleep Day. We get extra Snorlax strength, blah, blah, blah. But the important part is it's timing up with the end of our second week, which is great because you'll probably see your highest Snorlax strength ever. If you've been playing and not just like very casually playing, you should probably see your highest Snorlax strength ever at the end of this week. We started off with a boost. What was it? A couple 100,000. You get the extra triggers from psychic types. You get the extra ingredients. And then I feel like the game is just friendlier in general to triggers and ingredient gathering. Not confirmed, but tinfoil hat theory, I think it's friendlier. But so, this Saturday night and Sunday night will be the big boost. And then it will happen again on Monday night, but that's the new week. We're out of the thing. It's not as great. It's just kind of whatever. So, prepare for it for this week. And then also, all the bonus sleep points. I love that.
Yeah. No, I need them after spending however much I did this week. I'm down to back to 1,000, so not really that good.
Yeah, so it'll be 1.5 times the Saturday night, 2 times on Sunday night, which should be your big sleep anyways. And with EXP times 3. And then 1.5 on the Monday night, but who cares?
Basically, just try to get as high as possible, depending on which island you're at, and then hopeful for a good sleep night. So,
and honestly, run like a friend incense or something. Maybe you'll get lucky and get a free legendary.
I mean, can they just give us level 65 right now so I can just level up?
Yeah.
I need that. It's like I'm like my incense are like ready. Give me to me.
Yeah, I have some leftover legendary incenses from the previous events, and I just have not used them. And it's one of those things where you hoard on to the item and you're just like, should I use it or no? I don't know. So what I'll probably do is I'll wait until I'm like, okay, actually, I really want this Pokemon. So let me do that and save up our Master Biscuits. And then we can just auto catch. Because, I may not see it ever again.
I try to get my Master Biscuit every single time. So it's not bad, but I just
you do? No, I buy the other things.
Yeah,
so many Poke Biscuits, so many great biscuits.
Actually, I don't think I even gotten my premium biscuits or my premium Poke Biscuits yet. So yeah, I still need to get those. I'm starting to run low, and I had like a good chunk of it since the last gift. So, all right, well, make sure you sleep, please.
So, brings us to our next topic: DreamDex Detective. I just need a magnifying glass to.
Yeah, I gotta get one for this. I used to have one when I was a kid.
Or a Detective Pikachu hat.
I just gotta go to my parents and find one. I'm sure they have one.
All right. So, Luis, this Pokemon is known to sleep by resting one brain hemisphere at a time. Be warned, it always keeps a vigilant eye on its surroundings and will rush at enemies as soon as it senses their presence. Who's that Pokemon?
There's only one Pokemon that likes to sleep halfway through, like their eyes open and everything like that. So I'm just gonna give in and say that it's a Totodile.
Very close.
Oh, okay. It was an evolution?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
Which
okay.
is?
For alligator?
For alligator. Good job.
Okay, yeah. So here's the thing. The only reason why I know that, not because I actually read the sleep thing, it was more like the sleep style is how it sleeps when it's on its 1 star and everything.
Yeah.
And that's just ingrained in my brain.
Right? It's because it's so good. It's so applicable to real life alligators, which I'm sure you probably do in the back of your head because you live right next to them and have them as pets.
Oh, hey, how you doing? Yeah, no, obviously, but yeah, that's still ingrained in my brain because it's like the first Pokemon I was trying to get because it was such a good berry gatherer for the beach and everything. So
yeah, no, Totodile was my first starter in any game. I had Gold was my first game growing up. So
nice. All right, well, since we know that, it is time for you to decipher this Pokemon. All right, your entry is When you see these Pokemons asleep in a patch of sunshine, you'll know it is using photosynthesis to produce clean air. Perhaps this nice crisp air might help any Pokemon around of this Pokemon sleep deeply.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. You got a couple clues there, I'm pretty sure.
So my first thought was Vileplume, but I'm like, Vileplume's not in this game.
Not yet. But yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, it could be Bulbasaur, but for some reason I'm thinking like photosynthesis. I'm thinking the big flower on the back, Venusaur. But we will come back next week and discuss that.
All right. All right. Well, hopefully everybody's having a good event. We'll get our final thoughts at the end of next week for next time. But yeah, aside from that, you can always email us anything to sleepitoffpod@gmail.com if you guys don't know. And you can also voicemail, text, or picture line at 732-835-8639. And with that, I think I can finally take my sleep night because I'm going to die.
Yeah, good luck with your Cresselia catches and do something good.